Today at EICMA, KTM just revealed a brand new model, the 990 Duke. So if you want to find out more about the model, what it looks like and what it's all about, then keep watching and I'll play the intro. Hi everyone, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to my channel. This video I cannot wait to share with you guys. I love KTM. I've owned a 690 Duke in the past. I recently tried the 790 Duke, big fan, tried the 890 Duke and recently the Super Duke. So I'm very excited with the reveal of KTM's latest Duke, the 990, which is going to replace the current model, that's the 890. So let's have a look at it, let's see where it's different and just get our teeth stuck into this because it looks good. So if we have a look at the 990 Duke, one of the things to me that is radically different is the bodywork. It looks so much like a Super Duke. Like you could mistake it for a Super Duke. But if we take a look at it from this angle, that really chunky subframe is really giving KTM Super Duke. So KTM have stated with this 990 Duke, they kind of wanted to give it visually a more imposing look and less of a skinny look that you kind of find on the 790 and the 890. They wanted to make it more imposing and give it the stance and presence of the Super Duke. If we look at it, just the lines of the tank and the way the subframe is, you really could mistake this bike for a Super Duke if you didn't know any better. Even down to the wheels on this bike, they have taken the 2023 1290 Super Duke wheels and they have adapted it to the double-sided swing arm on this new 990. Obviously on the KTM Super Duke 1290 it is a single-sided swing arm, but I actually think these wheels look pretty bonny on this bike with the double-sided swing arm. I think it looks pretty good. If we take a look at the engine on this bike, we now have a Euro 5 Plus LC8C engine and there are some very slight performance gains on the 890 Duke. So we have 123 brake horsepower with its peak at 9,500 revs and we have 103 Newton meters of torque at 6,750 revs as well. Now this is slightly up on the 890 Duke, which produced 121 brake horsepower and 99 Newton meters of torque. So we've just tipped into the 100 mark on the Newton meter scale. So with the frame, there's been some mega changes. If we have a look at the image on the screen now, KTM state that overall the new frame has an 8% increase in side stiffness with a 5% increase in torsional stiffness for improved handling. However, they do say to compensate, the swing arm stiffness is reduced by 35% to improve traction on the rear wheel for when the rider demands the most out of the bike. So the new swing arm is gravity die-cast as opposed to the previously high pressure die-cast construction, which does result in a 1.5 kilogram weight reduction. So with the new frame ergonomics, KTM are claiming that we still have the agility that the 890 was known and loved for, but we have increased stability and more responsive steering inputs from this model. So the handling is the same, phenomenal, but with added stability, that's sounding like a recipe for fun. The subframe is mega chunky and is really giving Super Duke vibes. So despite the side angles making the tank look more Super Duke-esque in my opinion, if we do look at the bike from a bird's eye point of view, we can see that it is still quite narrow. And it does still have those kind of shoulders that jolt out a little bit, but we have upped our fuel capacity by 0.5 litres, so the bike now holds 14.5 litres in a steel fuel tank, and KTM claim that we're going to get roughly 186 miles to this tank. Taking a look at the suspension, we still have awesome suspension components. So up top we have upside down 43mm WP Apex open cartridge forks, which provide 140mm of travel and make use of split function technology, allowing compression and rebound damping to take place in each respective fork leg. A wide section of suspension settings are available, and KTM claim that adjustments are now even easier to achieve and understand. They say that the difference between clicks is easier to feel, thanks to a new 5-click design, and they state you can adjust the compression on the left leg and the rebound on the right. If we look at the rear suspension, we have a gas-assisted WP Apex monotube shock absorber, and that is fitted with new lighter linear springs, which together with an all-new setting offers increased responsiveness and comfort. As with the forks, the rebound can be adjusted through a 5-click setting, and manual preload adjustment is also possible as well. If we look at the brakes, we have lightweight twin 300mm floating discs, which are paired with some KTM branded 4-piston radially mounted calipers controlled by a radial master cylinder up front, while the rear is controlled by a capable 240mm disc. Again, that caliper is KTM branded. KTM have shaved weight on the braking system, with the new disc mount saving 500 grams of weight on either side of the front wheel. They claim that this, paired with lighter twin brake discs, results in a lower rotating mass for easier change of direction and a more planted feeling of the front wheel. It also positively impacts the unsprung mass, improving suspension performance and riding behaviour. Of course, as expected with this model, we do have ABS, but we also have KTM Supermoto ABS as well, so fear not if you want to lock up the rear. If we take a look at the exhaust, we have a complete stainless steel system from header to silencer. This exhaust system has been completely redesigned to keep up with Euro 5 Plus homologation specs. KTM claim that the biggest change is found in the lambda sensors, which are now more accurate at gathering exhaust data. If we look at the tech on this bike, one of the things that stands out to me is the new full LED headlight setup. I feel like this light setup is gonna divide many. I personally love it. I feel like KTM might hate me for this, but it's given a little bit of GSXS 1000, the new hexagonal stacked headlights that Suzuki now offer. I feel like we've got a bit of that going on in the middle, but then it is encased by this beautiful strip LED lighting, and I just think it looks so aggressive, so futuristic, so alien-like, and it's right up my street. I love it. Let me know in the comments if you like this headlight design, because I got a feeling it is not going to be for everyone. Along with the new lights, we have a 5-inch full-colour TFT display. So we still have the 3 modes as standard, the rain, the street and the sport, but we do have 2 optional modes as well, which is track mode and performance mode. Now they work the same as on the 890R, where you could spec it up with a track pack and get track mode, or you could have performance mode, which is basically track mode but more road focused, so you could still use your cruise control and stuff like that. A nice little handy thing to note is we have a USB-C connection for device charging at the side of the dash, which is good. And at the bottom of the colour TFT dash you can display and preset 4 preferences, including lean angle data. So if we look at the seat on this bike, we have a completely newly designed seat. So compared to the 890 Duke R, the seat angle has been moved up 2 degrees in the front section to guarantee a stable riding position, which should hopefully solve the issue of sliding forward and banging your nether regions on the tank. The pillion seat is also higher by 20mm. I don't know how you pillions feel about that. They say it's so that the pillion can have better visibility and see over the rider, but I don't know whether you're just asking for more wind to bash you in the face. I'm not sure. The overall seat height is lower though. It's 825mm, which is a lot more manageable for stumpy little leg owners like me. If we look at the foot pegs, they are positioned to provide a sporty riding experience. They are of aluminium construction with a rubber insert, which they claim will provide vibration damping and give you a better grip with your boot. The toe cap pin has also been moved 10mm closer to the footrests to ensure improved reach. If we look at the handlebar, the KTM 990 Duke features a tapered 760mm aluminium handlebar to provide a comfortable, upright and commanding riding position, with a total of 4 positions achievable. 2 by moving the risers on the triple clamp and a further 2 by rotating them. Now you guys know that KTM now provide a demo mode whereby you can ride your new bike away with access to the full range of, you know, electronic accessories such as track packs, performance packs, quick shifter, auto blipper, all that good stuff. You get to ride like that for the first 1500 miles and then it's switched off. That's your demo mode over. Then from there, KTM say that you can decide whether you want to carry on riding with those enhancements, and if you do, you will pay your money and go to an authorised dealer where they will unleash them again. But KTM argue the reason for doing this is so a customer can sample, you know, things that they may use, but then also not get charged for things that they don't see a need for or they don't actually want, and argue that it can actually save the customer money. Guys, let me know what you think about the demo mode. I know it's caused quite a lot of controversy. I can see points for and against it, but ultimately that is the direction KTM have gone down. But a lot of people say the technology's already there, it should just be unlocked. What do you guys think? Controversial! Wheels and tyres, so we've got 17-inch on the front and the rear. The tyre sizes, we've got a 120 front and a 180 rear. And the tyres, we have Bridgestone S22 for a sporty ride. So, the KTM 990 Duke is going to be available from authorised KTM dealers around the UK from February 2024. Now, the price of this on the road is going to be £12,999. So it's a good £1,500 more than the 890R retailed at. But I think it's going to be a stonking machine. Given the fact that I've ridden the Super Duke and the 890R back to back and how the chassis kind of feels between the two of them, I'm actually really looking forward to having that punchy parallel twin engine in a more stable, bulky chassis, as weird as that sounds, because I love the 890, but something so skinny like that, you know, it can feel not unstable, that's not the right word, I mean that applies to me, but not the bike, but just something that feels a bit more planted like the Super Duke with still having the agility of the 890. I'm really looking forward to that. So everybody, what do you think about this new model that KTM are bringing to the table? I am mega excited about it. I can't wait to ride it. I think it looks phenomenal. I think it looks juicy. I just want to have a go on it. I just want to have a play, get some warm weather. The fact that it comes out in dealerships in February makes me happy because we're coming out of winter and into the spring months, and I just can't wait to get my grubby little mitts on one and have a right good hoon around the country lanes of Yorkshire. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know what you think about the bike. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. It really helps my channel and I'm always forever grateful. And until the next time, guys, see you then. Bye! So, the 990 Duke will be available from I'm just spinning slowly. Oh my gosh, goodbye. Goodbye, my friends. It was so nice talking to you. Why? Why?